The Bitcoin price is crashing. In the span of 2 days, we are down from 71 to as low as 64, almost a 10% dip. These are prices not seen since 10 days ago, and then another 10 days before that. This is the reason that some sellers are selling. The US government just initiated a test transaction to send 30,000 Bitcoin to Coinbase. The Silk Road Bitcoin that they confiscated is on the move. So 30,000 Bitcoin today is worth almost $2 billion. And the US government owns this, at least confiscated this from way back in the day. They sent $69 so far in what appears to be a test transaction to Coinbase. Big leap to suggest that they're now going to send the remaining billions of dollars. What makes you sure? And the answer, first off, is nobody is 100% sure, although we do see the test transaction. And this type of test transaction has preceded most/all US Marshal transfers. It's really a question of when, not if. I mean, the US Marshal is tasked with liquidating stolen assets. They don't have a broader mandate to secure/protect or otherwise manage these assets. They're treating Bitcoin like any other confiscated asset. But the fear of this sell-off is affecting the market much more than the actual potential of a sell-off. Altcoin Daily will always keep it real with you, so you have all the information and you can make the best decision for you. Because $2 billion in Bitcoin is like 1 week of ETF inflows. Nothing to see here. In fact, looking to see how much this would affect the price potentially, we'll take $2 billion and divide it over Bitcoin's market cap. It's not even 0.1% of Bitcoin's total value. So dips like this are healthy because it shakes out any of the weak hands. It builds a stronger price support, technical support at these levels. And days like today, just remember that crypto is still being adopted at twice the speed of the internet and should reach something like 1 billion users by the end of 2025. The mainstream media won't share charts like this. I will.
I think 80 to 90% of the folks who are buying this thing are buying it because it's a risk on, the train is leaving, or I think the train's leaving, and I want to get in on the action. And that there's another 10 or maybe 20%, maybe, who have this sort of inflation hedge idea.
And at the first sign of fear, the mainstream media will tell you, hey, it was just based on speculation. There is no underlying value. Bitcoin is not an inflation hedge digital gold. Luckily, Bitcoin advocate Anthony Pompliano corrects.
What you're calling out is just a societal trend, right? We have become a society of gamblers. If you think about, we have zero-day options. Now we're more than 50% of options trading. We have sports betting, right? We have meme coins trading like 1980s boiler room, penny stocks. This is all happening. And so, again, why is that occurring? The dollar has lost 25% of its purchasing power in 4 years. We have $1.1 trillion of credit card debt. We have 43 million Americans that have federal student debt. The average balance is $37,000. People have lost hope. They do not have hope. How are you supposed to live in a country where it is cheaper to rent than buy a home in 50 major metros? You don't have hope. And so what do?
You think this is a lottery ticket? This is a gamble?
I think that if you go and you buy a lottery ticket, it's 300 million to 1 odds. I think there's people right now saying, you know what, a meme coin has better odds than a lottery ticket. I think there's a lot of people who say Bitcoin
pick your
is actually
asset.
the safest thing.
Pick your asset for the greater fool theory.
And I love this support and good solid point from Joe Kernan.
Pick your asset for the greater fool theory. Is NVIDIA? People, trains leaving the station, I got to get on it.
I don't disagree.
Pick your meme stock, pick your commodity, cocoa, pick whatever you want. I mean, there's no doubt that when there's liquidity everywhere, that it's going to chase asset. I don't think that because that's one of the reasons it goes higher doesn't undercut the fundamental case for that asset.
The world's becoming cheaper, priced in Bitcoin versus the US dollar, even in the US.
You don't have to go to emerging markets to find a reason why people want to buy this, right? If you look at the United States dollar, it's lost 25% of its purchasing power since 2020. Bitcoin is up 800% during that same time period. And so if we go back to 2020, if you remember, Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller, many of these people came out and said, look, I think it's an inflation hedge. Now, hedges are always this weird thing where people expect you buy it and then inflation explodes the next day. But instead what we've seen is that Bitcoin is a free market asset that trades forward looking. And so Bitcoin's rise, it's up. We have 7 straight months of Bitcoin in the green up till this past month. And so why is it going up?
And
some of it is the ETFs. Well, inflation is coming down year over year, but inflation is actually going up.
And the institutions are certainly still buying. The Bitcoin ETFs traded $111 billion in March, which is just about triple of what they did in February and January. And while the orange represents Grayscale, which is primarily sellers, the rest represents BlackRock, Fidelity, primarily buyers. And just those two alone, BlackRock and Fidelity, now own a combined 399,000 Bitcoin. And fundamentally, we're also seeing demand for altcoins.
Cardano has grown year after year. TVL's up over 300%. Transaction volume is at an all-time high. dApps are at an all-time high. Development's at an all-time high in every aspect. Participation of the governed is at an all-time high. Transaction volume, 90% filled blocks all the time. All-time highs. Wallet installations, all-time high. Across the board, all the statistics look really good year after year. So much so, people are begging for scalability. They wouldn't be if it was a ghost chain. Yet I'm given this narrative that we're falling behind. We're dying as an ecosystem. If you truly do believe that, what are you really saying? Are you scared that ADA is not going to get a 10x or 20x or 30x? Well, you might be right.
Guys, I'm not a Cardano maxi, but according to the community, there's just no other chain built the way Cardano is, with the same philosophy and rigor. Look at this. I would also say the community. Few other altcoins have a community that's so passionate like Cardano. I might also say Hex. I may also say ICP. I'd love it for multiple equivalent Cardanos to exist, but most don't appreciate security and rigor to the same degree. So I love this reminder from Charles.
I have no idea, and I've never once prognosticated from this microphone a target price for ADA, because that's not the game we play as an ecosystem. What we play is we want to build something that's useful for every person alive, something that liberates people, something that enables people to do great things, their best work, something that can sustain billions of people and be the backbone of nation states. That's the goal. That's what we're about. Now, if you're on the other side of the aisle and all you care about is price appreciation, you have to honestly ask yourself, why are you here in Cardano land? Why not go to one of those chains that will lie to you and tell you pretty things? Oh, yeah, everything will be 50x. Everything will be 100x. We got it all figured out. We're going to pump here and pump there, and dumb retail money will come in and we'll dump on you. Go there. That's your culture. Those are your people. And gamble and roll the dice. But if you care about value, if you care about real utility, you can never ignore the core integrity of the system.
2 airdrops that I want to keep you abreast with. So 2 airdrops. Update for Rainmaker. This is a project I'm invested in. Excited to announce we have chosen Base for the upcoming launch of Coin, with 2 I's, with over 100 million retail wallets, institutional relationships, and exponentially growing volumes. They have undeniable momentum. So Coin on Base. And just as a reminder on what Rainmaker is, train AI data, create AI art, earn rewards, DePin validator powered by the Rainmaker network. So I like that they chose Base. Obviously, that's a very popular L2. I like how they're in not only the DePin, but the AI narrative as well. And $1,000 USD Quest now live on Rainmaker. Feel free to join, download the app, and train your generated AI using the 3D model to earn your share. So take advantage of the airdrop, complete quests, and claim your coin, and join over 200,000 wallets and over 150,000 validators. No blockchain IQ required. Cool to see the innovation. And speaking of that, for Eesee, the Eesee mainnet is live. It is happening. The Web3 New Era's marketplace for NFTs, tokens, and RWAs is now just one step away from you. This is primarily on the Blast L2 ecosystem, which I like, and they are solving a problem, which is forget about the liquidity problems and difficulties when selling and buying assets. Our mainnet is here to make your life much easier. Hurry up to join in and farm points The snapshot for the first phase of mainnet airdrop will be done in 8 days. So obviously buying or investing in cryptocurrency in any capacity can be risky, but an airdrop just for participating, that's free money. Grab your tickets for the roast of Altcoin Daily in Los Angeles, and like always, see you tomorrow.